So today, in Sanskrit, it's known as Gaura Purnima. Gaura Purnima. Purnima means the full moon. And Gaura means one who is golden. So this is the appearance of the golden full moon. So on this day, about 500 years ago, in Bengal, in India, there's a very holy area called Navadvip Dham. Nava means 9 and Dweep means islands. So it's an area of 9 islands. It's just before not too far from the Bay of Bengal. So the Ganga's coming all the way down from Himalaya, all the way down through the plain region, and just before it reaches the ocean, it splits into many rivers. And those rivers, they create some islands. So Navadvip, 9 islands. And in the area of these 9 islands, a very wonderful personality appeared. Now we don't say he was born, because just right now, as the moon is rising, the sun is setting. So there's one scripture called the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and in there it is said, Attavrinksa Chaita Yuga Dwapara Rishe Stita Hoye Brajera Krishnera Prakashe. This, like here in New Zealand, we have 4 seasons: summer, autumn, winter, spring. So this summer's been very wet, but hopefully it's going to be fine this weekend. So in each season, this earth in the Vedic cosmology, it also goes through vast cycles, vast yugas, cycles of time. Each one is like a season. And in each season, there's a particular spiritual practice that is most effective for that season. So in this current season on Earth, the duration of life is actually very short. There's a lot of pollution in the atmosphere, in the water, in the food. The duration of life is not so long. So we don't have the time frame to sit in meditation for thousands of years like in previous ages. So because the Supreme Consciousness is very merciful, they have made the spiritual practice for this season very, very easy. And that is the congregational chanting of the divine names. So you can sing in Māori, you can sing in Spanish, you can sing in Arabic, you can sing in Sanskrit. Whatever is your tongue that resonates with you most, you can sing to the divinity. And this is the most powerful practice in this age of Kali Yuga. Kali means quarrel, because in this atmosphere, quarrel arises very easily between your partner, between your friends, between your neighbor, between communities, between nations. Maybe that's happening somewhere on the earth. So this is the season for that. So despite our material and technological advancement, this is also like the spiritual winter. So not so many people are spiritually inclined. So the Supreme Consciousness made a very easy process. And this scheduled incarnation appears once in a day of Lord Brahma, 311 trillion years. This earth goes through very vast cycles of time. The Vedic cosmology will blow your mind when you read it. So 500 years ago, the original personality appeared in Navadvip Dham and stayed for 40 years. Krishna stayed for 125 years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Krishna. He stayed for only 40 years. And we don't say this person died, because just as the moon is rising, the sun is setting. So we may say from our defective vision, the sun has died just right now in the sunset. But we know the sun's appearing, the sun is eternally there. But due to our position, we cannot see the sun. But in the morning, again, the sun will rise. So the divine avatars, they appear and then they disappear. but they go to another planet and are performing their play, their Leela, somewhere else. So they're eternal personalities. So we don't say they died, they appear and they disappear, because they're not under the jurisdiction of the laws of karma. So 5,000 years ago, we have to set the scene a little bit. 5,000 years ago, when Krishna was on the planet, when it was time for him to leave to wind up his pastimes, he had some unfulfilled desires. And he was thinking, in the future, I should come again to fulfill my desires. And in the Krishna Leela, in the pastimes of Krishna, all the cowherd girls, they were mad for him. Like, the Rolling Stones, but they were even more mad than the Rolling Stones fever for Krishna. Because what does Krishna mean? Krish means all of existence. Na, Krishna, and all of existence, there's no one more attractive than Krishna. The original person from whom all beauty emanates certainly must be the most beautiful being. So the name Krishna literally means that being in all of existence who is most beautiful. That is God. Very beautiful Sanskrit name. So it is the same God as the Bible, the same God as the other scriptures, but it's a very personal name. So Krishna, he had some unfulfilled desires because the girls in his village loved him so dearly. But there was one girl who loved him more than anyone else. And he was thinking, I can never repay her. This is the divine goddess. In the Brihagottamiya Tantra it is said, Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sava Lakshmi Sava Kanti Sammohini Para. She is Sarva Lakshmi, the origin of all Lakshmis, of all goddesses of fortune. So all the goddesses, they emanate from the original goddess, we call in our tradition Radha, Radharani. So Krishna was thinking, what is it like to love me? Honey may think, oh, I'm very sweet, but honey can't taste its own sweetness, right? Sugar can't taste its own sweetness. Everyone wants chocolate. Everyone wants coconut sugar. Everyone wants salted caramel, organic, fair trade ice cream. But that ice cream doesn't even know its own sweetness. So Krishna was thinking like this. Everyone loves me. But what is it like to love me? What does the goddess experience when she is loving me? Krishna knows everything. He's omniscient. But he doesn't know that. But still he's omniscient. Krishna has all mystic opulence. So he was thinking like this. And one day, in India still today, there is an area called Brajmandal or Vrindavan, where Krishna was 5,000 years ago. And it's a very, very holy place. There's over 5,000 temples just in this one small village. Very, very potent, powerful place. And it's the land of love. So in one area, one forest grove there is called Niduvan. One day, the great goddess Radharani and Krishna, they'd fallen asleep in loving pastimes. And then Radharani, she woke up and she was in a very perturbed mood. And in her dream, she'd developed an attraction for another man. So she was very perturbed because she'd never even looked at the face of another man in her whole life. Only her elders, but anyone her older, same age, never. She only had attraction for Krishna. But in her dream, she had attraction for this young Brahmin boy, young priestly Brahmin boy. So her mind was perturbed. And Krishna was asking her, oh, my love, what's going on? And she didn't want to say. And then Krishna was insisting. And then Radharani said, it's possible that the lady, she can understand the heart of the man, but the man can never understand the heart of the lady. And Krishna said, yes, that's true in every circumstance, except this one. I can understand your heart. And then Radharani says, liar. You are a liar, Krishna. And Krishna said, no, it's true. I have another form. And in that form, I can understand your heart. So Krishna, around his neck, he wears the Kaustubha mani, a gem. And then that gem, it started to glow and emanate. And the goddess Radharani, she became captivated by this glowing, shining jewel on the chest of Krishna. And then in that jewel, because Radharani, previous, she was describing her dream. Oh, I felt in my dream that I was in Vrindavan. And there was a beautiful forest. And there was a river flowing in Vrindavan. The sacred river is called Jamuna. But in this dream, there was a river like Jamuna, but it wasn't the Jamuna. And there was trees, and there was a forest like Vrindavan, but it wasn't Vrindavan. And there was a very handsome youth. And it reminded me of Krishna, but it wasn't Krishna. What was going on, she was thinking. And then that handsome, shining young Brahmin, he was sometimes chanting, Hare, Hare, Hare. So I was thinking, oh, is that Krishna? Because Hare is one name for Radharani, the goddess. So this Hare Krishna, it begins with the name of the goddess. And then sometimes this Brahmin was chanting, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So then I was thinking, Radharani saying, was that Brahmin boy me? Or was that Brahmin boy you, Krishna? She couldn't figure it out. So, who was that Brahmin boy? Krishna was thinking at the end of his last pastimes, 5,000 years ago, I have some unfulfilled desires and I want to know what it's like to love me, what the goddess experiences. So then, this was his primary reason for incarnating down. And the secondary reason, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yuge, Yuge, every millennium I appear in this world to re-establish Dharma and rectify the world when it's gone off track. So Krishna wanted to come and taste what the goddess tastes, and incidentally it aligned with the time when the Yuga Dharma, the world, needed to be rectified because it was going off track. A new season had begun, and the spiritual practice for that season needed to be amplified. So this divine avatar appeared, and later in his life he was given the name Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The name's very profound. Sri means beautiful, and Chaitanya, it means consciousness, Chaitanya, and Mahaprabhu, the great master. So even actually British historians have recorded the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was a factually existing personality here, and many wonderful things happened during the 40 years he was here. But this was a bit of a secret incarnation, because he wasn't coming to display primarily that he's God and all these kinds of. He was coming for his own self, to taste what the goddess tastes. So that was his primary reason for coming. But incidentally, he started the spiritual practice for this season. It was already there, but he established that this is the practice for this season, and that is the chanting of kirtan. So our tradition, it existed before that, but our main practice we do now is coming from this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there's many wonderful aspects. I won't talk for too long, but he had many intimate associates close people in his circle that he'd do kirtan with. And one day, he manifested his Bhagavata, his godhood, for 16 hours. And whenever a different person approached him, because God is not just the Supreme Consciousness is not just some homogeneous light, some emptiness. It is said many thousands of years ago, Vedanti tattva vedastotam yajnanam advayam brahmati bhavanati paramanati brahmati paramanati bhavanati shabdite. There is some refining in our vision of divinity. And so each person has a particular unique relationship with the Supreme Consciousness. And so when the different devotees, they were coming to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his Prakash, when he was manifesting his Bhagavata, his godhood, one personality would see him as Lord Ram. Another person would see him as Lord Narayan. Another person would see him as Shiva. Another person would see him as Brahma, the all-pervading light. So depending on what is our particular relationship, that one supreme truth will manifest in a different way. But this form of Krishna is very, very sweet. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha pradante tamsataga bhajamyaham. How one approaches reality, I reciprocate accordingly. So if you approach reality, oh, it's all just atoms in the void. That's how the Supreme Consciousness will manifest. If you approach the Supreme Reality, oh, it's Mother Nature, the reality will manifest like that for you. But, a week or so ago was Shivaratri. So I was telling about one pastime about some Brahman ascetics who were doing austerities, and then Shiva appeared to them. And usually when Shiva appears or some god appears, we ask, oh, give me money, give me a long life, give me immortality. But these Brahmanas, they were very clever. And they ask, Shiva, what do you think is the best thing? If God appeared to you and you could have anything, what would you ask? Generally, we'd probably ask something for ourselves, but these guys were clever. What do you think is the best thing for me? So then Shiva said, devotion to Krishna is the highest thing. That's a whole other pastime in itself. But because Krishna reciprocates however you approach him, in Vrindavan, the residents there, they only have love for Krishna. And they have love for each other, but it's centered around divine consciousness. It's the Po at the center of the circle. So that devotee in Vrindavan that has the most love for Krishna, she is Radharani. So although the Supreme Consciousness is unconquerable, the Supreme Consciousness can be conquered by love. You cannot force anyone to love you. Our Guru gives the example that if there's one lady, one wife, and she's cooking very nice food for the man, coming home, giving him massage, and first we're hearing this, oh, misogynist, some might be arising within us. But what happens is that man, his heart begins to melt, and that love completely conquers the man. And then that man becomes completely controlled, not in a negative way, but in a positive way by the love of his wife. And then that man's thinking, oh no, I won't hang out with the boys, I better go home and see my wife, or I better ask her permission. So in this way, the love of the lover completely controls the beloved. So it's the same thing with Krishna. If you have love for him, you can completely control the Supreme Consciousness. It's very, very sweet. So Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to understand, what does Radharani taste when she's loving me? And that love is so astonishing, so unfathomable. Even the Supreme Lord is coming like a beggar to taste the love of the goddess. So his name is Gauranga. Gauranga, Gaura means golden, because one name for Krishna is Shama Sundar, the colour of a fresh rain cloud. Krishna's got a dark complexion, and Radharani, she has a golden complexion. So because Krishna came, he's eternally male. Actually, Radha Krishna, they're one swarup, they're one soul, but they're eternally two forms to exchange love. So Krishna came, but because, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but because he is coming to taste the love of the goddess, he took on the complexion of the goddess and became golden. That's why we call him Gauranga. So he is Krishna, but he is in the mood of the goddess. So it is said, if you follow the example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you dive into that life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will come out into the endless ocean of love of Radha and Krishna. So that gives a very brief introduction to what is this, the significance of this evening for us in our tradition. It's very, very esoteric. It's very, very deep. But it's also very, very sweet. There's one guru in our line, Gaura Das Babaji Maharaj. He was very, very renounced person. Very renounced. But he would say, because followers of Shiva, they're called Shivite. Followers of Vishnu, they're called Vaishnavas. Followers of Krishna, they're called Karshnas. But in our tradition, in our lineage, we are called Gaudiyas. But shouldn't we be called like Krishnas? Because we're following Krishna? We're called Gaudiyas. It's a very, very profound reason. Because a Gaudiya is someone who follows Gaura, the golden one. And that golden one is the goddess. So we're in the line of the Supreme Consciousness, Krishna, who is like a beggar running after the love of Srimati Radharani. So this Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, one of our gurus, he said, I never call myself a Gaudiya. I call myself Dasa 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 Gaudiya, which means I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of someone who's Gaudiya. Because to actually be a true follower of the goddess is something so exalted, so high. Taking a very humble position, he was saying, I cannot say that I'm on that level. I'm only aspiring to be a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant who is actually a follower of the goddess. So that is our tradition, Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So Krishna consciousness is a lot more than just what you think. It's very profound philosophy. We're not just banging a drum, running around with no idea what we're doing, you know. Maybe some people. So yeah, does anyone have any questions or reflections?
I'd really like to thank you because I enjoyed the learning. So thank you for that.
Thank you for patiently listening. So now for those who wish to stay, we'll chant a little bit. And I think there's some words on the whiteboard there. We'll start off with Gauranga because it is evening. There's some instruments, so please feel free to grab the instruments and join in. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was here, there was two murderous, very wicked people. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a brother, and he said, I want those two wicked people to obtain divine consciousness. It's a long story, but those two wicked people, one of them threw a pot at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's brother, and his head started to bleed. And so Krishna, he has a weapon, the chakra, Sudarshan chakra, that can kill anyone. So then he wanted to kill these people, but his brother said, no, in this incarnation, no violence. You destroy people's ignorance by chanting. So I want to deliver these two people from their ignorance. I want to give them love, pure love. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started to chant. And his golden form, golden like the goddess, it became black with all the sins and the ignorance of these two wicked people. But then as he was chanting and chanting, all that ignorance was washed away. And his form once again became golden. Because that is the power and the grace of the goddess and of Krishna. Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Nitai, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Nitai,
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Nitai,
Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. last time all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One last time all together. What does the goddess taste? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Usually comes poking their head just over the trees. Come and hear it in your sleeves. Beautiful.
Just coming up and down.
Oh, yes, yes. This is the view.
Oh, Gauranga. Jai. Yes.
You see it coming up, it's coming up really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, see it's moving really fast? It's moving really fast, like it's only taken a minute. From not being able to see it, and you can actually see it